Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Renison Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. We are broadcasting live on the Workers' Rights Network. Trinidad and Tobago. I don't want a song as if I be laboring the point. There were some things that would have taken place just yesterday, on the 13th. Yes, again a phone call. There were some things that would have taken place on the 13th of March. We would have seen, and today we could confirm what we would have seen. Danny Guerra would have been shot dead. And we all know, Trinidad, that was an assassination attempt. But before I go on, continue the show here tonight. Before I go in. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do he meditate day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth forth his fruit in due season. His leaf shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so. They are like chaff in the wind driveth away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. Trinidad and Tobago. We are seeing a specific evil that exists here in Trinidad and Tobago. An evil unlike any other that we encounter. We, at this point in time, is encountering a government that don't want to hear the very said people that would have installed them, that would have given them the chance to rule. Today, just underneath a year, we have seen the assassination of Danny Guerra. And many of us is asking the question outside there, who killed Danny Guerra? And yesterday, in my editorial, I would have started off by exposing a series of events that could never be ignored. You see, people feel in this country that they are God. People feel that at some point in time, or at no point in time, a matter of fact, that they will never die. But Trinidad and Tobago, there is a God. And according to Psalm 1:1, Trinidad, you know how to go far. The Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. So these people and them that think that they could do things and get away with it, God don't sleep. He don't sleep. And to refresh your memory, Trinidad and Tobago, of what I would have said last night, I would have talked about a series of events from a meeting that would have been led up till today. And the word on the ground, it vibrating through this microphone here tonight. Many of us know who killed Danny Guerra. But for the sake of law, Trinidad and Tobago, for the sake of the people, that is a wrong man. I will refrain tonight from calling any names. So with love, I ain't gonna belabor the point. So this year is what would have taken place. Everybody would have seen it. Everybody would have seen it.
Cut off.
Right, so that there was the actual footage that would have taken place yesterday at around 5:30 p.m. And there is more, I ain't going to go into different angles. So the picture that you would have seen right at the side, on the left hand, my left hand, but you're right. That is Danny Guerra in the bed in the hospital with a bullet wound in his head. Many of you know the picture. See the picture, matter of fact. So, some people asked me to make a comment on what I would have seen today. They would have sent me a couple of videos. And this is one of them. This was one of the many videos here that was sent to me. I'm gonna play. I'm going to play this video for many of you to see it. Now, just 1 year later, according to the video, that we witnessed the death of Danny Guerra. But Trinidad and Tobago, Danny Guerra, we in surge. They would have formed an alliance and in so doing win the Toko Sandy Grande area, in which we would have heard that Danny Guerra would have contributed 19 million to the campaign. It was one of the biggest campaigns ever in Toko Sandy Grande. There are a lot of people that would have said that they warn him. Warn them, they warn them, they warn them. But before I go on, I want to play one more video. And tonight, we have a guest. I know the guest come on a little late, so tonight, we have a guest. And I go give way to the guest tonight, because the guest is highly capable, fully equipped, and comes with a long resume. Years in talk show, and would have had one of the highest following and would have hold it down for years. So I'm bringing on a heavyweight champion here tonight. I ain't gonna say hi, but the heavyweight champion tonight, I'm going to bring on this heavyweight champion. But before Trinidad and Tobago, I'm going and play the video that is going to, as we would have said, that there are certain questions that must be answered. And we will answer them, well, we will try to answer them here tonight. I must see this.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm just putting it together for you. So with respect to DG Holmes, Danny Guerra,
Trinidad and Tobago, a high-level appears to Trinidad and Tobago, a high-level appears to have been carried out in the country on Friday afternoon. I am making no allegations, but this looks very bad for the UNC government, and there are serious questions to answer. I usually avoid these. Trinidad and Tobago, a high-level appears to have been carried out in the country on Friday afternoon. I am making no allegations, but this looks very bad for the UNC government, and there are serious questions to answer. I usually avoid these topics, but there needs to hear the facts. Please like and share the algorithm may suppress it. Businessman and Sangre Grande contractor Danny Guerra was shot on Friday afternoon, just 2 months after his release from detention under the previous state of emergency. The government's leader 4 of 2025 stated that Guerra was the leader of an organized crime group with and the intent to target a government minister. Media reports identified that minister as Wayne Sturge. Now, what's interesting is that in 2015, Danny Guerra hired Wayne Sturge as one of his defense attorneys. Wayne Sturge, amongst others, won Guerra a $4.5 million lawsuit against the state. Now, here is where things went south. A 2025 report by Mark Besant alleged that a Sangre Grande contractor, who was allegedly a financier of the resistance gang, pumped $20 million into the UNC's general election campaign, with promises of state contracts as repayment. When those contracts didn't materialize, the threats began. Was Danny Guerra a financier of the UNC government? Is the UNC itself linked in any way to this gang warfare? I do not know. Wayne Sturge and Prime Minister Kamala Prasad-Bisesar need to answer these questions immediately, and the TTPS must launch a full investigation into the case of Danny Guerra.
Right. So I know Oya CD video have been sticking a little bit because it's all kind of thing taking place here, you know? And we know what is the real agenda from last night's show. So Oya go see the agenda, the people that don't want something like this to make the light of day. Yeah, so we on that side. So the person that is going and talk about what would have been said there from a different angle, I'm going and put she on screen here tonight. As I say, everybody know the person or you gonna know from the time where you see. And you gonna say, I know that lady. I know that person. Let's paying this up on the screen. Okay. Right. So good night. Good night, guests.
Good evening.
Good afternoon, man. I mean, you're looking lovely as ever. You know, son. I mean,
Oh, thank you so kindly. Thank you so kindly. I know, sometimes you just have to have yourself in order because anytime anything could happen. So you have to always keep yourself in order. But, thank you for having me on your platform this evening. How are you?
well, I'm fine. I see. I mean, the start early to do some jamming here tonight, so I know what they're afraid of. But Miss Sharon, I mean, I mean, you send the video, and we was discussing the video, and I know you just take things
Mhm.
analytically. You just go through the whole process analytically. So, I mean, what is your thoughts on the last video we that just?
Well, let me go ahead.
No, I listen. I listen. I don't know
Right.
if you
So
are a little
let
slow.
me first, let me first say good evening to your listening audience, your viewers, and so on. Renaissance, let me tell you something. It's unfortunate what would have happened yesterday to Mr. Danny Guerra. It's unfortunate. But there are so many questions people want to ask and so many answers we're looking for. And when you sit down and really take a look at this whole scenario, it makes you wonder, where is Trinidad and Tobago going? It only leaves us to wonder. I wonder what happened, why it happened, and for what reason. Now, I would have sent you the video and we would have discussed earlier on. And the reason for that is I was quiet for a while. I plan to watch and to listen to this government to see what direction and what tone they were taking. And when I heard the Prime Minister said that Balize House was built off of drug money and so on, my heart started to race. Because I said to myself, how did you reach to that analogy? What caused you to reach to that analogy? But you see, when you have parliamentary privilege, you will say and do a lot of things that you wouldn't come outside to say or do. And I am saying, apparently, this leader need to take out all the yampi in she eye. Because we are seeing today, and we are hearing a lot of things. I cannot judge Mr. Guerra in no form or fashion because I have not seen, I wasn't part of, and you will just hear things that people say, right? But there are so many things in the public domain, and it's confusing citizens of Trinidad and Tobago as of today. When you listen to what that gentleman said, that the same Minister of Defense would have been that gentleman's attorney, right? And that same gentleman would have allegedly, quote unquote, financed this person's campaign. And we're hearing it out there in the public domain. So I'm just saying what we are hearing. That so many things were promised and all of that. And then we heard a state of emergency because a minister said that he was what's the word? Threatened
He was threatened.
and so on. He was threatened. 2 months after being released from prison for that state of emergency, this gentleman is dead. There are so many questions we want to ask, but we need to get the answers. But where would you go to get the answers, Renison? Who would you go to get the answers? Because everybody right now playing a game. I sat and I listened to Parliament yesterday, and I heard the Minister of Defense talking about Dana Sitahal and her murder, and that the police had information. In other words, that's what you're saying to us. And they sat on the information and did absolutely nothing. That is what you're saying to the population, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. That's what you're saying. And you go on to make it believe that the PNM was in government. But apparently, amnesia stepped in. Like he forget in 2010 to 15, the UNC was in office. And he forget all the things that was said, and they called, people started to call names and blame this one and put this one in a box and put this one. And a lot of things were said. For me, right? I am saying that gentleman is a failed attorney. He's also a failed MP and a failed minister. Because you can't come in front of a whole, you're not just talking to your colleagues in Parliament, You're talking to the whole world, because Parliament is listened to and looked at the whole world. And you're coming with misinformation. It's a customary thing, Renison. We have so many answers that we need to get from these people, and we're not getting it. But if you notice, if you could have played back that for people to see and understand what I'm talking about, they didn't come the desk fame at all. You know what that remind me of? The gentleman for Naparima, who said that PNM is the best political party to take us out of the morass. You remember that?
Yeah, that was Rodney Charles.
Rodney Charles. Today, Rodney Charles, where Rodney Charles is. But
Well,
listeners and viewers, well, He must no longer be there. You're making too much blunder. How would you be there?
Hello. Hmm. You see, I know something. You see, things too good to be true. You know, I know something up in it. I know something up. That is how serious it is. This what taking place here tonight. There are a lot of people don't want this to happen. They don't want this to happen because the slowing down, the stopping, the moving around. They didn't want this to happen. They didn't want the people to be informed. And the video, a matter of fact, whereas Kamla Prasad Bisesa continually come here and speak about drug cartel and PNM in drug cartel and drug money fund the house. Listen to this video a second time.
Trinidad and Tobago, a high-level appears to have been carried out in the country on Friday afternoon. I am making no allegations, but this looks very bad for the UNC government, and there are serious questions to answer. I usually avoid these topics, but the country needs to hear the facts. Please like and share this video because the algorithm may suppress it. Businessman and Sangre Grande contractor Danny Guerra was shot on Friday afternoon, just 2 months after his release from detention under the previous state of emergency. Government's legal Notice 434 of 2025 stated that Guerra was the leader of an organized crime group with access to and the intent to target a government minister. Media reports identified that minister as Wayne Sturge. Now what's interesting is that in 2015, Danny Guerra hired Wayne Sturge as one of his defense attorneys. Wayne Sturge, amongst others, won Guerra a $4.5 million lawsuit against the state. Now here is where things went south. A 2025 report by Mark Besant alleged that a Sangre Grande contractor, who was allegedly a financier of the resistance gang, pumped $20 million into the UNC's general election campaign with promises of state contracts as repayment. When those contracts didn't materialize, the threats began. Was Danny Guerra a financier of the UNC government? Is the UNC itself linked in any way to this gang warfare? I do not know. Wayne Sturge and Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesar need to answer these questions immediately, and the TTPS must launch a full investigation into the case of Danny Guerra.
Right. So I know what does take place from time to time. You see, there are a lot of people don't want this. They don't want you at the end of the day to be informed of what is taking place within the country. But we're working here behind the scene to bring back up Sharon Felix. Yeah, she had to come back up. She had to come back up. She had to come back up. Sharon, you know how sad it is. Just now, I'm playing you back up. I don't go back. You see, it is hammer going back through this process again. But that is how sad it is. But where there is a will, there is a way. It had to happen. Right, so we are here. Them people and them real dread outside here. All kind of things that's happen. And a lot of people done waiting to hear what you have to say already, Sharon. I tell you. You see that people calling all kind of things. They want to know what's going on. That people calling. They want to know what's going on. They want to know what's going on. Right, so you're back up.
Right. I'm sorry for that, but I don't know what went on there. I don't know what took place there. But when listen, you understand the drift of the whole thing. That was the man attorney. Look how much he won a lawsuit for how much money. So if all of that, and I sure, well, let me tell you to be real honest. First, I wasn't digging into all that information. I didn't even know that. And when I heard that, I'm saying, but somebody you represented and somebody you knew and somebody who would have financed you and so on, they would threaten to kill you. But I don't know. But Renaissance, let me tell you this. We so bent on wanting to push that Zoso. We're using every and any little thing to push that Zoso. Any and everything to push that Zoso. I want to know how long this government is going to keep us under a state of emergency to govern. That's what I want to know. And you call a state of emergency. When you call a state of emergency, what it is not to secure, to more secure the citizens of our country, but we still have murders going on. What do you all really expect? There's a frightening state we living in at this time. This place, you fire people. There's no employment for a number of people, thousands of people. They don't know where they're getting their next meal from. They can't see about their children. They can't send them to school, and a whole set of things. But I have some questions to ask tonight, but I don't want to derail the program. I want us to deal with this, and then I want to ask the questions. Because remember, Renison, they had deemed me a ghost in URP. I used to be calling you every day when I sit down in the office, and I was not allowed to sign the roster because Mr. Feroz Khan came in and he took the rosters and he dealt with it accordingly. So, a little later on, I want to ask some questions because I don't know if there are different types of ghosts or categories of ghosts. So I just need to ask some questions, and I don't know. Maybe we might get some answers tonight.
Right. So I was watching some people saying yes, the feed is on YouTube. There are people that is currently watching it. So everybody who is over there on YouTube, this is a live feed. I seen what they're doing on YouTube. It is not showing up as it is live. So the picture that you are seeing there, this is a live feed. This is a live feed. So Candace, if they ain't seen on YouTube, yes, this is a live feed. What you are seeing, you're not seeing the live button. We just check it there. And people don't let them go in your head. It live. This thing here live tonight. And to a matter of fact, we will be opening the lines to take all your calls. Why is it early? Why is it early? Because you see this here what going on here, I know they will try all kind of things to stop this here from taking place here. But Trinidad, many of you outside here are intelligent people. We ain't pushing no narratives on you. You are free to call in and ask logical questions. This is not like other programs that have a certain set of people that call it right through. And when they find the program going in a particular direction, they're texting them and telling them, call and say this, call and say that, to bring it back on track. It's not that here. It's not that here. You seen it? Right. So Candace,
I'm
we
seeing
on.
it.
So everybody who's there, you can follow us on YouTube. I see the figures and everything and the analytics here behind the scene, but for some strange reason, as I saying, whoever not seen it, we are live. We are live.
When you now go into it, you would see it. But when you click and you're inside, it's saying it's underneath because under my name saying live on air.
Right,
It's there. You're seeing it.
right.
But if anything, they can refresh the screen.
Probably that is where is the problem. And people
Yeah.
we Facebook platform, it come back up and we will start to run some live there. They are live that we cannot run on normal YouTube and thing. We could run some of them there where we could show graphic scenes concerning certain things. And by the end of this month, we're going 24/7, 24/7. So Miss Sharon,
So
you was out for a while. Yeah, son, plenty of
yes, I
you.
took I took I took sabbatical.
I,
I took sabbatical.
I know it's because he's a ghost, you understand? And that is why
Yeah,
you
so I had to
disappear.
show them how a ghost. I had to show them how a ghost is operate.
Tonight,
Yeah,
tonight
yeah.
they realize I take a different approach. Somebody called me and say, boy, it's bacchanal to try it and you have to pull up your protection. So I change up the scene a little bit. You understand? So to the many of our here outside there, you know where is the scene already, or you don't know already. What this yeah. Because and Sharon, let me tell you something. Today, you know, you're on a Allen platform. Sometimes you don't see him. You don't see he feed plenty of the times because you know in some way you control the algorithm to a certain point that coming out of Trinidad and Tobago. And I see him went up to DJ, the same Danny Guerra house today. And you were asking myself, everybody saying something on the ground. I believe in my heart, people they don't lead my astray. Yes, he went up there to find out what's going on. But I believe that it was done to reshape the narrative. Yes, we want to know who killed him. The killers might be somebody that different, they might be from a particular area. But there is a inextricable connection, a matter of fact, that leading right back up to one person. And
Hmm.
from that anger, if Ian Allen not going from that anger, he misleading people. He misleading people.
Well, let me tell you this. Before, before this government, he would have gone in hard and fast. But at this time, he's told the line plenty.
Yeah, but
He's told the line plenty.
he said that in the video, you know. He said he didn't want it to run in because he hearing certain things. And now all of a sudden, hear what has happened. A witness going and come and say is not gang related. He was owing some kind of money. But you have to understand how this thing does going on. So the first step was to get a celebrity figure up there. Somebody that could command the attention of the public. And the second thing is somebody going and confess or some leakage or some voice note. You're going on here that Danny Guerra owing how much millions and is for something and they wipe him out. That is the only thing that's going on because it was played perfectly with the drug boat thing. I see that and I laugh. When they talk about the Trinidadian they kill.
Remember, quote unquote, intelligence is there, so they will use the scenario as the intelligence is working very much so. So Trinidad and Tobago, like it or not, we in real trouble, you know. We in serious trouble, you know. And we can come here and do a much podcast and live and talk to you over and over and over. The decision is yours to make, you know. We in serious trouble, you know. If people don't understand what is taking place in this country, they wouldn't understand it again.
And it's so true.
You're still going to take your calls?
Yes, yes, the calls. Let me answer this call. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, what is your contribution here tonight on the Workers' Rights
Well,
Platform?
first, I don't know if I'm seeing live. I'm seeing my mother on your program in this afternoon. Am I seeing that?
Bataria, my love. Oh God, I miss you.
I missed you too, my dear. So I just feeling around the trailer. I said, but this look like my lady. So I would stay listening and probably I'll call back. But I enjoy the evening. We'll talk.
Okay then, thank you very much,
Okay.
sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So you see, you just gain a new caller there,
Yeah.
Renison. A new cola.
Well, I wanted to know if you had big children in it.
No,
I
you
wanted to know if
see,
you had big
you
children.
see, no, you see, on the programs that I did, I commanded a certain type of people, and we formed a nice unity and a union that it you could be as older than me, and they used to call me mother and so on, and Miss Sharon, and it was really, really an enjoyable time. And we stay with that kind of respect, you know. So it was really a good thing. Don't worry, it will come back. It's coming back.
No bust the mark. No bust the mark. It will be coming back very
I ain't
soon.
busting the back at all. Very soon. Stay
Very soon.
tuned.
Very soon. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. And
But on a serious note, Renison, I don't know how these people choose the candidates for elections to be MPs. Because certainly some of the choices, it ain't working out.
right, we have a caller.
It's not working out.
The night caller.
Good night. I just calling to say good night. Security, yeah? Miss Felix.
Good evening, security. All you could
Glad
really
to see
find me,
you.
boy.
Glad to see you here. And I'm here listening.
Thank you, love.
Okay?
Excellent. All right.
Sharon, the following year anyway. You go, girl. Anyway, you go the following year.
I
Following year
can't,
anyway.
I can't hide. I can't hide. I can't hide. Hey, let me say good night to Candice and Kitty and Jason, everybody. Good night. And oh gosh, where's my partner name? My stammering friend.
Wint.
Oh, Wint. Good evening
Yeah.
to Wint, Mr. Wint. but um it even have you feeling uncomfortable, Renison.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk and you're afraid to talk. You're afraid to say the things that you have in your heart. You're afraid to talk the things. You're afraid to even talk to people because you don't know where you will end up, what will happen. There's a sad state we're living in. I remember PNM was in office. They cost Dr. Rowley, Stuart Young, Marlene McDonald, this one, that one. They say the worst set of things. Nobody never get locked up. Anybody that get locked up? Today, and let me tell you something. The UNC bloggers and all the trolls and everything and all the different um groups, and they had a ball. And today, freedom of speech and expression going and throw out the door. You're not allowed to speak and say this. If you say that, it's something else. Come on.
And
Come
that bad
on.
and that bad, because before election, Sharon, they was encouraging people to come out and speak out, speak your mind. And all of a sudden, you see that again, my vexing her. Because there was several individual, I ain't gonna call the name Isaiah Sharon. Because my background, I know I will take them on when it's time. And all of a sudden,
Call the
everybody
name
quiet.
now. Was you afraid to call the name? Call the names.
People
My
like
back bro too. Call the name.
people like heavy duty. People like people like
No.
and people like Wall Street. People, yeah, you Wall Street. People like you, quiet. And if when Dr. Rowley was there, if our hands break he back or you talk about it, every single thing. Philip had a thing that used to go wrong with the phone all over. I see Philip make a live for Army Man shoes already. That the Army issue boots, and he make a whole 2 hours long live talking about that. And Joshua Samaru was murdered by police. He had nothing to say. A matter of fact, he clung the protest. He talk about Marsha in front and who Marsha feels she is. These men and them just misleading people. And you see in the real heart. You see, when you want to know somebody hard, all you have to do is give them power, give them a position, and you go really see what they're made of. Philip Edward
And
Alexander
and
is one of the worst. The worst.
and you're seeing it right in your very eyes. All the time you're cussing the UNC and Kamla. You remember?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
today, because you're getting a salary, to do what? What is your portfolio in the HDC? What you're doing?
We have a caller on the
Because
line,
you're getting
Sharon.
the salary.
Good evening, caller.
Take your
Yeah,
calls.
yes, sir. Good evening. I just call in because my volume right up, but I'm hardly hearing you when you speaking. I
Aye.
hear the woman speaking, but you very, very low.
Right, I go fix that. We go fix that from
Okay.
on this side.
Yeah.
Thanks. Right, so we tune up the volume there. Sometimes it does that, Sharon. It does that. It does that.
Questions are being asked to these people in parliament and they're refusing to answer. They're refusing to answer. So you think we will get answers for these questions we want to ask? You really think we'll get them answers, right?
Somebody go come
It's
and
a
blow.
sad state we living in at this time.
According to Marvin, somebody go just come and blow in our bag.
But boy, I doesn't hide it. I doesn't hide. And I tell people as that I like to talk the truth. I'm a friend. I'm a friend. But I don't know. I don't know why he does do those things.
We have a caller on the line. Good evening, caller. Good afternoon,
Good
caller.
evening, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Miss Sharon.
Good
Just
evening.
to answer to your question regarding Philip, why he is there in the Ministry of Housing. He's there because he kissed the ring of Kamala Prasad Bissessa to try best and get a government work because he has to pay back Commonwealth damages, Michaela Pandit damages, and Andrew Gabriel damages. Right? So that is why he's there.
Paula, thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding
Thank
me.
you.
Thank
Welcome,
you for
madam. Have a
reminding
good
me.
night. Have a good night.
Aye, aye, aye.
Thank
So
you,
you
sir.
get it.
Good night,
Thank you for
caller.
reminding me.
Yeah, good night, Renison.
Hmm.
I want to talk about something that I heard. I think I saw it on a program, a video, and then I saw it on social media with Heavy. Right now, what he is saying is that everybody wants everything now. Nobody don't want to wait, but I want to ask him, right? Why it is he feel people could wait 6 and 8 months to start to feed the children? Why it is people must wait 6 to 8 months to send the children to school? Right? Because somehow we had these people. Because when I listened to him, I remember Malcolm X, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X talk about the house slave and the field slave. And the house slave loved the master more than the master loved himself. And when the master sick, he ball, master, we sick. And why looking at if a man could see what's going on with people, and according to Wayne's Church, people who look just like me and the Minister of Homeland Security, don't be afraid because they're looking just like we. Right? If a man could look at people looking like himself and seeing a whole pattern, we're talking about close to 60,000 people, it could be more. Because we only getting government statistics. We're not hearing nothing about the private sector. And that is happening quietly. But if a man could, with no conscience whatsoever, because he eating our food, probably I'll lay $10,000, wherever crumbs. Because what happened to the house slave? He loved crumbs, you know. And he loved the little old pants what Massa had now, we used to wear and the bust-up shirt. Right? And Massa go feed him by the back door. But Massa would never bring him home, you know, and invite him and make his children play with his children, you know. Because he will be forever a slave. And I want to know what kind of person, what kind of character is that, what kind of conscience is that. You know people going home. All these people, they take one of the money from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund, right? And you have these people and them unemployed. Where that money gone? So there are a number of questions that they need to ask, right? That the public need answers from. But what happened? There is this trend in Trinidad and Tobago. Let them say what they want, they can't do nothing. So I hope when the time comes that people need to stand up and think, because they sound like there's a next generation, you know. And if they want to shine sighting to hell with them, because all I do is talking facts. And all I say in the public domain. And as a concerned citizen, it's disturbing. You understand? Right? Because with all the racket they're talking about with URP, how you could have less than 1%, okay, it had a little ghost and thing. But then if you want to use that same pattern, shut down all the ministries.
Yes.
Because I sure customer have a sort of corrupted people that can have more money than URP. Right? And they're getting more money than URP. Right? So I said shut down the whole country then.
And
but Farouz used that and lie and says how you could call something a criminal enterprise when 1% probably guilty, and instead of doing an investigation at what you would do with a normal ministry, you shut down the whole damn place. All I'm thinking is gimmicks and lies to do what it is they wanted to do. It's a whole revenge scene. Right? It's a whole revenge scene. We better than before, and you come back with a vengeance. And a man could tell a representative who representing 10,000 people in a constituency to shut up and sit down, real disrespectful people. Right? And the old jailer partner, up there, who's still afraid to drop the soap. Who's still afraid to drop the soap, predator?
Use a jailbird, and you come in to tell people, take all of a sudden, and Jack Dale sing bias in it. And I will always say that I would have just played the facts for them to see. Jack Dowsing know all the law when it apply to the PNM. But when it comes to the UNC, I think, I ain't too sure. And this is the type of nonsense that Jack Dowsing getting on with,
Yeah, and behavior is a hell of a thing, because I said before, when that soap drop, he's still looking left or right, even though he's out of jail.
Watch.
So behavior is a hell of a thing.
But you say something.
Them fellas and them.
You say something.
Fellas and them need to understand that we know who they are, we know how they operate.
Watch.
Right, so
Bernard,
good night, Sharon, all the best on the program. But what happened? I'm hoping from these programs that people within the constituencies, and this is not a political thing, it's a national thing. Because everybody affected. It don't have to long time was this kind of big set of race thing. Now everybody affected. Right? So we need to unite against this nonsense.
Well, thanks for calling. Thanks for calling, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Sharon, you keep getting bumped out there, man. Join me back here now, man. What really going on here, boy? What really going on here? Watch me, this thing not easy, or you trying all kind of thing. All kind of thing, or you trying. Sharon, join me back here now. All kind of thing, or you trying. Trying, or you real trying. Sharon, what really going on here, girl? That. All right. People try to call you. People, if you want to call from on the number. Okay. Right. Good night, caller. Somebody just call and hang up, again. Somebody call and hang up. They getting the feed on their side. So I feel that what happened, it bumping off when you receive call on your phone. The next time we go out.
Don't call me now. Don't call me now. Wait a little bit. Don't call me yet.
Right.
But I want to. The caller just now said something. And I don't want to shift the program. Take your calls. We will go down in that in a little later on. Take your calls.
Yes, sir. Good night, caller.
He says something.
Mother, Mr. Renison Jeffrey, I can't remember.
Yeah, Renison Jeffrey. You remember it good, man. You remember it good. Yeah.
Some time ago, the former Prime Minister said to us that, these fellows then take out $400 and something million from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. So I met the Minister of Finance in a gas station. And I say, but the former Prime Minister say take out 400, I mean, missing a billion US dollars. No, that ain't true. Lo and behold, after looking at the Auditor General's report, they're not saying which government take it out, but 400 and something million was taken out. And it has started within the last 9 months. So within 4 months of this or 5 months of this administration getting the office, they take out that piece of money, woke up to 100 million US dollars. Our company come here selling cement. PNM had sent them back. Nobody in asking them, how did Rock Hard come here? Who make Rock Hard come back here? What arrangement Rock Hard had and who Rock Hard had? They say the man going to have US dollars. So I'm asking, when he sells his cement in TC dollars, is it going to be converted? How is he going to purchase on the outside to come back? Well, TCL is no more. So Rock Hard is in charge. I will we vote for it. I'll enjoy the night.
Bataria is a boss. He's a boss, Bataria. He's a boss.
Sharon, as I said, the talk, the thing, that is a very deep perspective, you know. What arrangement are they with them?
Deep, you know. I tell you, listen, your eyes and ears will open up just now. You wouldn't understand what you're listening to. You wouldn't understand what you're listening to. But I want people to understand. And I'm waiting with bated breath to hear what is the investigation on Danny Guerra's death. I want to know. I'm interested. I want to hear.
Right. Good afternoon, caller.
Really, really want to hear.
Hi, good evening again, sir.
Yes,
I
good
just
afternoon.
have one quick question for you and Ms. Sharon. Do you all have any update on Mr. Chance, Mr. Porterstein, and Mother Tuna Puna? I haven't heard from them for a while. I hope they are well and have a good night. Thank you.
No, well, Tuna Puna can talk for Tuna Puna. That the mother had a talk to she plenty.
No, mother good. Mr. Chance is also good. He's okay. He's heavy on the Facebook and thing and the WhatsApp groups and so on. He's there. He's good. I talk to him from time to time, so he's okay. I haven't spoken to Mr. Porter's for a while, and I plan to call. And as you say that tonight, I'll try and call in the morning to see how he's going. But let me say good evening to all the persons on the YouTube channel. We are up to 310 persons. Good evening to all of you, and so on. But I want to tell people, don't get worried when I say that persons are my friends. And if they are my friend, what do you want me to do? They are my friends. I know them before they went into politics, and we were very, very good friends. I cannot lie to you. I don't tell lies. I try not to tell lies. I only tell lies if I see dead face in me or something, or whatever. But I'm telling only the truth. The people are my friends. Until Roger is my friend. Roger Alexander is my friend. When Minister Alexander is my friend. Kennedy Swarat Singh I worked with him. That was my boss and my friend. Where want me to tell all you? There's my enemies. They are not my enemies. We're on the different side of the political scene. But I could hit you a slap when I'm ready to hit you the little stuff because I feel they're doing something or saying something wrong. So that ain't say because of that I can't talk. Come on, don't get too high on all the horses with that, no, man. We have more important things to discuss. We have a country that's going down a slope, and we need to cling together to pull it back. Don't let that be an issue for it tonight, no, man. Come on, we bigger than that. You know?
And
Mr. Renner,
I seen all your bars up, but for some strange reason, you see, I seen it kind of sticking a little bit.
Boy, I don't even want to go in this device to touch it to get thrown off again.
Well, Sharon,
I don't even want to do that.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, is he first? Yeah, I mean, he ever come up in this way, and you know we was on. You know, I had to bring it up. He was on. on different political side. But at the end of the day, my main cause was for the people at Trinidad and Tobago. That is what I was standing up for. And many of them, the rest are bloggers and all of them, that now would have just seen what the UNC, what metal the UNC is made of. There's a fraud. And that was never for the people.
And you know, we would have had that discussion prior to all of this, eh?
Long before.
We would have had that discussion prior to long before all of this. We were on separate sides. But you see, sometimes you have to be in something so that you could understand what you're getting yourself into. I would never say that the PNM is a perfect party. No way, I would never say that. They're not. But this government here, you have no compassion for people at all. You're just doing things, but maybe the IMF is right around the corner and the dollar had to devalue. So I take it in front before front take me.
Yes,
and as Bataria saying, we need to open our eyes and watch and see what's going on.
We have a next caller. Good night, caller. What's your contribution tonight on the Workers' Rights platform?
My question, I hear the guy talking about
load on the set in your background. You go get a delay. Listen in your phone. Right, you hear me? Yeah.
Did he call in program and TV?
Yes. Call it. But we still hearing. We getting a little feed in the background still. Just slow it down a little bit. Low down the feed a little bit.
Lay down. Quick, lay down. Hold on a second. Lay down. Yeah, the contribution, brother, the biggest gang we have is the government running the country.
Thank you, caller. I mean, caller make a very yeah. Make a good point. Trust what I'm saying. The man make a good point. The man on the ball. He better than Ian Allen because I don't know if Ian Allen is seen that everybody know that members of the government have been calling all kind of allegation and corruption from David Lee. David Lee. This next one, Ratty Ram. Jack Warner who now joined back Rudal Munilal. Come on now, man. You ain't seen that gang? Bye. Sharon.
But you're going in parliament to say that drugs money bill Balize house and the PNM affiliated to drug dealers and all kind of things. Hey, like apparently I don't mirror in some of them house, you know. Clean the yampy from an only eye first before you go by your neighbor own. Clean the yampy there.
No.
But Renaissance, let me tell you, let me I tell you. You see these people? They are the biggest set of liars I've ever come across. They're lying without a cause. Let me ask you a question because a caller previously would have spoken about Pharaoh's Khan and wherever. Right? So they come in and they tell us CPEP is Harrell ghosts, URP ghosts, reforestation ghosts. But it goes all over the place, wherever they want to see. I remember in 2010 to 15, by the way, let me say good evening to Barrington Thomas, Mr. Skippy.
Hey.
Evening, Skippy.
Barrington Thomas there?
I remember. Yeah, I saw him the other day, looking nice and fat, but he wasn't well. He had an operation on his head and thing.
Okay.
Tell me, he said, girl, and nearly dead, yes? But anyhow, in URP, and Kitty said it very well with the CPEP, but in URP under the dispensation of 2010 to 15, I want them, they must go back into the archives and look for the information and tell us how much ghost it had from Diego Martin to Tunapuna and who were the persons doing it. And once they could argue that with me, I will have no problem. But you see, I left them alone. I left them alone because I know there will come a time I will deal with it. No, you send home, you said URP had real criminal activity and all kind of thing. But you paid fortnight 19, 20, and 21. You send people out to investigate. You didn't find nothing. You pay the people. All right? You get people letter and you send them home. I want to know what Feroz Khan and the deputy managers and the accountant, that wicked woman, still doing in the unemployment relief program and persons in different regions. Who are they? What work they doing? What are they overseeing? I want to know that. I wish that I could ask that question as one of the question and answer to the Prime Minister for her to answer. But let it be known, Renaissance, and let us tell the population that when the opposition send questions for answers, they just take out what they want. You ever see when you grate coconut to make coconut oil and you leave it to settle and the little just come up, they just skim off the little top and take out one or two questions, what they feel will make them look bad. I would really like to know. And I want to know the persons who they say the project, the 3 months project, right? What they have making the country look more dirty and stink because they're cutting the grass and leaving it there and it all over the place. How long these people have to wait to get paid? I want to know that tonight. So I know they're listening, and if they're listening, they must be taping to go and play it back. Because you know that's how they just operate. You know, you have a particular person you call just now. They don't have no content. They just look for content. So they just come, watch people program, cut out, and copy and paste to make a program. We don't have to do that here. We are content like that.
And as you say that, you know, I waited on that gentleman patiently. If you only know it, if the gentleman only know I waiting on him patiently. You see, when the same gentleman is called upon to explain himself, he cannot do it. He cannot do it. And when you apply logic, he cannot do it. He cannot explain himself concerning what is taking place in this country. When you go into the nitty-gritty of every single thing, and they say, well, what about this, what about that? He casually change the talk into something else. Casually change the talk. And missing the whole point entirely. When it is, here it is. Let me show you something, eh? Let me show you how nasty the union is. And I and that same gentleman would have had this discussion. Roger would have found nothing better than to agree with Kamala to take away a safety feature, which is the store certification. A lot of accident would have been taking place within the industry. And they develop a safe to work standard in Trinidad and Tobago. Because of years of refining it, they would have come together and bring together a program that are called STO. So all companies have to pass that level to be able to go on into the industry. That way you don't see people getting caught up in machinery again. You don't see people tire blowing out and people take and load falling on people's head. I know in the LNG point, 2 men dead. They fall down in the tank. You ain't seen them thing again. And that is largely because of one of the reasons, the cornerstone is that is where they gather the information from and they create this store certification. Roger agree with Kamala for taking away store. And yet still over 10,000 people. Yeah, Munilal, over 10,000 people lost their work in one swipe. And Saddam Hussein justification. Two of them was scratch off the box, and one was not even there. That 3 contractors and all. So you lick up the whole program based on three of them. And besides, let me tell you something. They only find out that after the fact. And I would have proven that. When they would have came up, Saddam said, I would have called for a record that after the fire them. Looking for reason to think people. Good night, caller. Good night, caller.
Yeah, good night. Fight your mic real low, boy. The mics are them on if you start live there real low. Give me
It
a
low?
little, yeah, give me a little, you got it now.
All right then, all right.
Yeah, thanks.
Right, so from time to time, right, so it's supposed to be a little more high, you know. Yes. Yes, Sharon. So you're seeing how deceitful and selective the union is.
All because of personal gains. All because of personal gains. So you don't care what happened. Personal gains. What was the promise made? How they say it? Promise made, promise kept.
Right. So good evening again, caller.
Take your call. Take your call.
Good evening, sir. You made a very good point, raising that safe to work issue. Removing that safe to work issue, I would tell you for sure, sometime in the future, you will see another LMCS strategy again. Because that safe to work raises the standards of safety and best practice. Right? And you need to understand this key point. The reason why UNC removed that safe to work is because them local contractors, as you see, the Prime Minister say that they're protecting and want to help. Most of them are their financials. Why I think LMCS, one of the divers' widows, is a UNC councillor now on a state board. Right? The owner of the company supports the United National Congress. Collect the dots together. Right? So removing our safe to work, don't be surprised if you see another tragedy like LMCS. With these local companies who want to cut corners and finance parties like the UNC to get contracts they're not really qualified for. Thank you so much, sir. Good night.
So,
Sharon, that man deserves a round of applause.
A round of applause. But Renaissance, so is it that according to the caller, hey, this is a frightening thing, you know. Lord help us. So is it that it was removed for certain contractors to get?
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. Good evening, caller.
Oh, hi, good evening. So I have a relative of Mr. Guerra. She would have contacted me, and she wanted to come up and say something. But I asked her to join the program, and you all could have add her on the and bring her up on the platform. But I don't know. I tell her to add herself, but I don't know what to do again to tell her.
Right. So what I will do now, Candice, I will send a link, a matter of fact, for she to join.
The link.
Yeah. What go happen is that let me do certain things. Sharon, I send in a different link. Let me send over this link because what going on here, we getting some sticking and I don't want this thing to stick again. I don't want it to stick.
So she can't join on TikTok right here?
No, she can't join from on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Let me send the link to you. I'll send the link to Sharon and we go have this thing up here before.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Sharon, I'll send a link for you. Right, so where everybody is going to be on. You see, let me tell you something. Sometimes you just have to improvise. Let me go up on this thing here and send a link. I'll send any link. Send any link. Hold on there a second. Hold on there a second. Right, so we have the link up. You have the link up. Send up the link. Yes, son. I'm gonna play again this piece of thing here, and we will come back once we get everything up here.
And Tobago, a high-level appears to have been carried out in the country on Friday afternoon. I am making no allegations, but this looks very bad for the UNC government, and there are serious questions to answer. I usually avoid these topics, but the country needs to hear the facts. Please like and share this video because the algorithm may suppress it. Businessman and Sangre Grande contractor Danny Guerra was shot on Friday afternoon, just 2 months after his release from detention under the previous state of emergency. The government's legal notice 434 of 2025 stated that Guerra was the leader of an organized crime group with access to and the intent to target a government minister. Media reports identified that minister as Wayne Sturge. Now what's interesting is that in 2015, Danny Guerra hired Wayne Sturge as one of his defense attorneys. Wayne Sturge, amongst others, won Guerra a $4.5 million lawsuit against the state. Now here is where things went south. A 2025 report by Mark Besant alleged that a Sangre Grande contractor, who was allegedly a financier of the resistance gang, pumped $20 million into the UNC's general election campaign with promises of state contracts as repayment. When those contracts didn't materialize, the threats began. Was Danny Guerra a financier of the UNC government? Is the UNC itself linked in any way to this gang warfare? I do not know. Wayne Sturge and Prime Minister Kamala Prasad-Bisesar need to answer these questions immediately, and the TTPS must launch a full investigation into the case of Danny Guerra.
Right, so we send the link. It's just for everybody here now who on to join on. So we send the link. We just send the link there. Sharon, we waiting on you, we waiting on Candace, we send the link. So we send it on your phone and then we send it on we send it on the number that you would have sent us. So everything is there and we just waiting on the various people to join. So this one ain't gonna take no much load of whatever device that you have. So as we await Trinidad and Tobago, as I would have said that so we have one here. Right, so we have back Sharon here. Sharon, we're not supposed to catch a stick in here. Right, we're not supposed to catch a stick in. So you're not supposed to have no stick in here. Just now, let me put you back up on the screen there. I could not. You're making some important points. I could not have. I mean, the people might be getting vexed. You're sticking on that side, and they might be saying, "Oh God, what taking place?" Right. And I hear the next person join. So let me admit them one time. Admit. Right. So we have. Right. We had the two persons here. The next person there on thing. Good night. Right. So we have you there, and just now let me put it up here so everybody could see. Right. So everybody up here, everybody see it. Right. Good night, ma'am.
Good night.
Right. So we hear that you're a relative of Danny Guerra.
Oh, yes, I am.
So I mean, what would have taken place from on your perspective? What you would have heard? What take place on Friday the 30th? We would have seen a video, and we hearing a lot of things on the ground. So, what is your
Well,
personal
first to
experience?
begin,
Hmm.
I'm still in a state of shock, and to know how things turn out with my brother, it's my brother. So I just still can't take it. I don't know how to take it, And seeing all these pictures on social media, especially in the hospital where they leaked the footage of my brother with a hole in his head, it's not nice, knowing that he's a person, he's a he built his empire, and he was not this person not to give. He was a person outgoing. Anybody asked him for anything, he was there to help. So I think he didn't deserve this. He didn't deserve it at all.
And a lot of people saying that concerning the allegation with the threat that they say he threatened the minister to kill the minister. A lot of people from the area saying that is not true. I mean, what is your
Personally, that is not truth. That's not truth. My brother talked to me personally about that, and he never threatened anyone. Never, never.
Sharon? You're hearing what taking place there. I don't.
I'm listening because, and I'm also hearing the hurt in her voice, and there is nothing in this world that you can tell somebody when their loved ones died according in violent ways as that. And yes, I totally agree with her with that. How did the okay, for instance, somebody got killed before the family could be notified, or they have these pictures outside there. How did they get these pictures?
I really would like to know that because I am just like in a state of shock because when I went up on social media this morning and I was like, what the hell is going on? I even called my friends and said, please, could you all take this down? Because they didn't know that was my brother, right? Because we have different last names. And no one ever knew that that was my brother. And I was like, at this point of time, please respect our family privacy and please don't put that online, please, because it's hurting my mom. It's really hurting my mom.
I can just imagine. Well, let me ask you a question. I think Renison would have asked you. But as you said, you and your brother would have had discussions about the um oh gosh, like again, absent-minded venison.
Hmm.
I'm feeling that the whole how she making me feel so sad.
Yeah, yeah.
The
And
that 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 look, how can I even continue? You know what it is for a mother to see a child or to bury a child? I mean, despite of what? We don't know. We're not gonna say he was perfect or whatever.
He's not. He's
Right?
not perfect.
Right.
He's not.
He was not perfect. None of us are perfect. None of
No.
us are perfect. But it's just the way it happened. Want to ask you so many questions that I don't think this is the time to do that because y'all are grieving, and I want to allow you all to grieve, and after you all can do anything after that. It's the situation is, did he ever say anything to you about anybody threatening him, or
No.
anybody wanting to have him destroyed
No.
or
No.
anything? Did he
No.
feel threatened in any way?
I come out and ask my brother because I do not live in Trinidad. So when I visit, we are a close knit family. So basically, when I see my brother, we talk. So when I was last in Trinidad, we had to get together, and so happened they arrest him. And before I leave, I say I have to see my brother. So I went to the prison and I see my brother. And to see that my brother was crying, to say, I don't know what I do, right? To be inside here because my brother worked so hard to be where he is, right? To say to me, he don't know what he did to be here and he don't deserve this, right? And I turn and tell my brother, bro, when you see you come out of here, I think it's best you lay low or you get out because too much of people now know your face. I don't know because once people know you, in the past they hear the name, but they didn't have a picture to the face. So by the media putting out his face, now everybody know who is Danny Guerra. Who is the Danny Guerra? You know? So they have a picture to him and what they want, which I find he worked too hard for his own things, and people come just because they envy and greed they want, you know. And he's not a stingy man. Anybody asks Danny for something, he would give them. Anybody, including his family, because he's a family person. But at this time, I just don't know what to say. It hurts to know that my brother is gone and no more to hear, hey, sis, what you doing? You know, that is the most part because me and him will communicate. Not like my other siblings, but all of us are close. But me, I'm the mother in all of them. I'm the first girl, so I'm the mother in my siblings. Right? So we are very close. We are a close-knit family, and with this, it hit us hard. It hit us hard. It really did.
Well, girl, all I can tell you is accept our condolences, and I would allow you to grieve in peace. And after your 9 or 40 days, then maybe we'll hear we may get other information.
Well, I am just waiting to see how they will pursue this, but I know how it is. They start and they sweep everything under the rug. So you may not hear anything. I don't know. Just may not hear anything. Who killed him or who do what?
Right.
But all I will say, he was a good man. He was not perfect. He worked hard for what he had, and he shouldn't go this way. Shouldn't. No. But again, what could we do?
I'm seeing Candice saying the whole of Grandy crying, and yes, I have persons in Grandy and pushing on and so on. And yeah, everybody calling and they saying, despite whatever kind of person they would label him to be or whatever kind of person he was, he used to help a lot of persons, especially young guys.
Yes.
So I'm hearing all of that.
And to see how they label my brother as a gang leader, drug lord, and all these things. My brother is a man, when it comes to drugs, he's very thing with that, you know? He don't want no part of that. And gun, no part of that. You know? He's not that type of person. They try to make him look like. He's not. Right? If he was that person, I would personally say, but my brother is not. Yes, everybody do their things, but that person they try to label my brother as, and that person they label him and he die as, it's not true. He's a good person, even though.
I just lost for words because I mean I see the intensity that Danny Guerra would have went with this election, and he was compassionate in what he was doing for the election. He honestly believed that he was liberating the people of Toko Sandy Grande, and then it didn't take a matter of 6 months after to see that he mind totally changed because he's saying, "Hey, I make a mistake." I hear Danny Guerra say that from your own mouth. I make a mistake. What I
Yes, he
do,
did. Yes, he did. He did
I
say he make a mistake with that.
yes, yes. I heard him say that, and now I see him, and people could see it in it because you lock up Danny Guerra, you put him before the court, and then you say you find evidence, and then the lawyer write a pre-action protocol letter and you let him go with no evidence. I mean, if it had so much evidence to kill the minister, why? How was to let him go? You see, the public had to understand that this thing was a farce. This thing was a farce.
It was.
This is
It
this is
was
one.
just only a show,
It,
a
it,
big show of
it's,
everything.
it's one of the biggest game I ever see play off. And when I see Danny Guerra, I mean, when I hear the news, it shocked me. I started to ask myself, I say, well, if they could do that, then they could do anybody anything. Then we are not safe here. We not safe. No, family, I
Nobody
understand.
is safe.
I understand you're grieving. I understand you want people to know, but if they could do that to Danny, then we not safe. And
Because those two young men who even killed my brother is probably the two young men that he even helped. Give them, they come and ask, Danny, could I get some money to buy some food? My family hungry. Or I want a job? Maybe. Who knows? Somebody help.
and that was a work, that was a hit work. You realize they didn't come to rob him. It's people that come with the intention to kill him. That is what it was.
Wanted him dead.
For what reason? I don't believe that. I don't believe that Danny owing anybody that don't go want to do him that. I don't believe that he
No
advantage
way.
anybody.
No way.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that because watch me. I see Danny. Let me tell you something. When the police would have released him from captivity, I see him, and they were watch him as a different guy. When he get released, he went back and he start back the career. And if Danny did had something, if he did have all that big money, that to say yeah, he would not go back and do that.
Just to let people know, Danny wasn't doing no illegal quarrying, Danny to get out of that, Danny was not doing those things. Yeah, yes, he had business there, but Danny wasn't in none of those things. You know how they claim him. Yes, he was once what everybody do, which everybody, the gravel pits of them in Trinidad have no license. They just dig and quarry, right? Yes, he did that. Yes, everybody making money. Why they ain't going after everybody who making the money and the poor man they have to go after, you know? But he wasn't in that no more. He come out of that. Right? He's doing his housing business. Danny get involved in different things. Right? He's a man always looking how to invest his money, not in the wrong way, but invest the right way. Nothing off the back because everything is legal. So they can't come and say he was illegal with none of his business. So again, how they paint him is not the person. They just wanted to paint him as a big criminal, but he's not.
Well, family, I mean, I see you come up here. Thanks for coming on. Sharon, you have any questions you would like to ask again?
I don't have any questions to ask him. All I want to say is condolences to the family, to her and the mother and so on. But I don't have any questions to ask.
Thank you very much. And thanks for having me
No problem, family.
here,
Thanks for coming on
you know.
and letting the world know your story concerning what would have taken place from your account. A matter of fact, condolences to the family, to
Thanks.
all the rest of siblings, and I know Danny had children too, so condolences to them
Yes,
as well.
his 4 kids and his family, you know. He's a family person. And that's it, you know. He was a good man. But thanks again for having me online.
No problem. Thanks for
Okay,
joining.
my dear.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Good night.
Yeah,
Good
bye.
night.
Sure.
Venison?
Sure, that bothering me there, you know. I mean, I plenty thing doesn't bother me, you know, but that
It bothering me too because my mind playing a lot of tricks on me here. But I will keep all the holes in my body closed tonight. I will keep all them holes closed. Because if I open them, they may get me in trouble. It may get me in trouble. So I will keep it closed. But
Sharon, where is that girl?
I mean, I know. But it's frightening. It's really frightening. And you know, I want to say some people that want to get their mouth liberty to talk and say all kind of things. And let me just warn people, get all your facts before you open all your mouth and say all you don't know, Right. Just saying it.
Wow.
Because you know when you're alive, they just have one, oh God, yeah, and as soon as you're dead, the worst set of things that come out of their mouth about you. Right? And they always have a story to tell. And I didn't know that person real good. I see them, I talked to them last night, but I see them, he's a site man relate me kind of society. All they go ahead. I watch you all in the chat, all they go ahead. Girl, them out of the chat.
Yo, you know, I see that. Thank God I see them on the chat because that's when there is distract me, you know, but
Jonathan, I'm doing this too long to make comments on a chat distract me. And for me to derail myself to answer. I don't do that. I don't see. You know, when we started streaming on YouTube and Facebook, and there was another program we used to stream on. For some reason, you see, as I sit down in that chair in the morning, the trolls used to come out in their numbers. Brother man, well, my DJ used to block somebody. I said, leave them now, let them talk, they talk. Because when you see they start to, I had some bloggers, some commenters. Oh God, I ain't have to say nothing. So I get trained myself. I'll watch, pokey eye, turn my head. If I feel a comment warrant me to answer, go answer. If not, you could go to hell in a handbasket for my part. Me don't have time to answer you. But all I say, only careful.
some I know my partner used to be up in your comments there all the time. All kind of fake profile. All kind of fake profile.
The wall down the street?
Yeah, the wall down the street.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Let me tell you something. And truth be told, me and that fellow was real good. I never interfere with the man. I never tell him nothing out of the way, nothing. The man would have called with something concerning a project, and he called me to tell me something, and I just tell him the truth. And because I say that, you start to attack me. I've never had nothing with this gentleman. You start to interfere with me and calling me to get along, go along, gang and thing. You start to interfere with me first. I ain't answer you for months and years. I ain't tell you nothing, I ain't answer you. But the very said day that I answer and start to give me 2 cents, you vex. Don't interfere with thing when it don't interfere with you. That's all I say. You want a pound,
Dr. Rowley because you and Dr. Rowley and them was good. And when they come in office, you're calling and you find when you call them must answer the phone because the Honorable and Slim LeBon is calling. And because they didn't answer, I have no problem with that. Because I and all this have a little problem. I could get you all the time, and when you get in office, I can't get you. I ain't had no problem with that. But you reach the point that you build this bitter hate. This bitter hate. And tell me, you say something this evening, I tell you, I don't want to be jumping all over the place, but you say something this evening. Let me tell you something. I remember sitting down to do my program, and you see, if something ain't settled good with me, I'm not doing it, and I'm not talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
If I know hearts and hearts, the party do something that I don't like, I see an article come up me and touching that, I'm not talking about it. I'm not giving it no life. Mm-hmm. None whatsoever. But you see, there's some people, they will do anything for recognition and the mighty dollar. Renison, in all my 40-something years as a member of the PNM or political institution, nobody, and when I say nobody could stand up and point there in my face and say, I pay you to say this, that, or the other. I come and I raise, and you used to be listening. Mm-hmm. I raise my topic, I dealing with my issues, I go and get my facts, you call, and you're respectable, we could have a discussion. Mm-hmm. But you see that sit down there and know something wrong, and you're going ahead, and you want to tell people, but hold on, man hungry and starving. They're on their last, and you telling them about hold on because you get something and you have something to do. You getting $1 in your pocket when the day come. Man, they want to hear that. Right? Mm-hmm. They don't want to hear that.
And that's the same thing I'm saying. And that's the same thing I'm saying, Sharon. You, boy, them fellas and them disrespectful to the highest. They expect, all right, so why them don't hold on? Why them could not hold on? They have an agenda, you know. They have an agenda.
You remember when PN was in office, how they was going on? He couldn't wait. It had plenty thing I could come here and say, no. But I go leave that for another day. He couldn't wait. They cuss day and night because of this, that, and yellow, and so they was going on. I left to see the man who put them to cuss the PNM government. They gone and leave you the cussing, you know. I tell you, everything got turned upside down, you know. So you quite happy to see thousands of people unemployed. Some people don't even know where they're getting a meal from. Some people don't know that. Some people don't even they cut their current. Some people on the verge of telling you they want to cut the water. Some people right now somebody showed me a man living under some bridges in Chaguanas or somewhere because they throw him out, he can't pay his rent. And you quite comfortable and telling people to hold on. Hold on to what? What to hold on him? There was cussing Dr. Rowley and Imbert and this one and that one and the other one. Day in, day out. All in a sudden, all you quiet like a church mouse. Nothing to be said. Something wrong with me, yes. The word listening. Something wrong with me. Africans for sale, for sale, for sale.
African for sale. And a man was proud to call me and say he's African and he not for sale. I said, brother, they buy you and sell you and you don't himself know.
He get himself know he get bought.
He get bought and he sell, and here how sad it is. The tie a rope wrong his neck and they tell him go and catch more African. That is what they do here. They tie a rope wrong his neck and they hear what going on, and that will always, and as we always say, they try to do Candace, Kitty, Jason, Wint, all of them. But these fellas and them, they're lucky they wake up. And I hear when Win say, boy, you know my sister, call me when he hear me say sorry. And say, boy, you know, I was always telling her, and he stop mind saying it, and she always tell me that, you know. Feel it. You feel it. Because there's a nasty set of people. They only care about getting into power. And the evidence is right here to be seen.
And listen, every day as a rule, Monday to Friday, I was talking that they only wanted to use you as a ladder to reach on top, and as they reach on top, they kick the ladder down. So they will be coming back down by helicopter. They don't have time with you.
But
They don't have time with you.
it's a snake and ladder game they're playing. They go up a ladder and trust what I'm saying, they will come down a snake just now. They will come down a snake go by them. They go come down. This is why you see here in Trinidad and Tobago. I hope the listening public see. I hope all you hear and all you understanding. This thing, it had to change. The UNC have no good intentions at all. If they had, it would have never be like this. You lie out your whole campaign, and when people call, you see, if people was paying attention, they would have known the lie. You know? I mean, there was something fool, was not fool, a matter of fact. But when you're asking Kamla, where you get any money from? Miss Basad, where you getting the money from? She said, we go find the money. You go see, the money go come. Where the money is?
Well, they find it. They find it. The Heritage and Stabilization Fund money coming out of it. Easy. They're finding it. When that done, let me see which part they will go again. But let me tell you, rock hard. They will be getting in retail. Rock hard.
Yep, Miss Ann Brown. Miss Ann Brown, I know you is a normal commenter there and now probably chatting in the YouTube. Thanks, yeah. We really and truly, people need to wake up. Wake up, people. Wake up. Somebody say Marvin love. Oh, nah, that is somebody in chat there. Kamla is a lion queen. Somebody else say that. Trini is here. Good now. We does sell out for cheap. Alright, it's true. Like heavy selling out for a little 10,000 or 8,000. I'm sure you ain't getting that. That's the baseline. He's selling out cheap.
Well, when I was over there, it was 7,000 a month. $350 a program. Right? But you know how they just do things. So it must be raised about 10 now. Who knows? They must be doing 400 a show, a shift. So who knows, you know? I see, well, and let me tell you, I see Kingsley and all treat us things. Oh, God. Listen, which way we going to Kingsley and all going across there.
Yes.
So, son, you ain't tell me people put aside the operation to campaign for all you. And all your measly games at chairman of a board position. But I don't. I think I hear now they get a contract to pick up garbage. They get a garbage collection contract. They will kind of
I wonder who is that.
Oh,
I mean
don't call no name.
don't call no
They used to have a company named Dustbin Divers. And Jack one, I go tell you.
Somebody say the higher you climb, the harder you fall, and so true. The harder you climb, the higher you fall. Sharon, good night. Long time. Glad to see you and hear you. Miss you a lot. So that is somebody say that in the comment. Sharon, you're getting.
Listen, I'm not lying to tell all you. I miss all of you. I miss this thing. I can't don't tell all you how I just miss the thing. I used to miss in the morning and I come in and I used to have a lady singing for me, all kind of thing, prayers, saying to Napuna, saying she prayed. I miss it. But don't worry. Stay tuned.
Somebody again say, yeah, how Can a poor, unemployed person hold on to nothing and survive? And that is what we say here, you know. How you could hold on to nothing?
Call Heavy and ask him. He say, hold on. Call him and ask him. What to hold on to? Hold on to biscuit and cheese. Hold on to water, a little DTP tea, a little give me the names of the bush now. With that country man, you must know.
Nani boy, that does make some sweet. So that does make some sweet, nice tea with us.
Bacano.
Yeah, bacano. Like to make you sleep, Sharon. So I'm supposed to make you sleep.
But I had to drink now so I could sleep to keep my mouth quiet so I won't get in trouble.
Don't study nothing now, man. I mean, when you're swinging the sword, you have to swing it with prayers in your hand and you're swinging it. That is what I want to say. Watch me, you mustn't fear nothing. You must only fear the God that can destroy the body and soul. You see them, mankind, you have nothing to lose with man. Man, you're losing them in a twinkle of an eye. You understand? And there are people outside here will make you believe that you're stupid. And that is the reason why I'm doing this program. You know? Some of the people outside there making you believe that what you're seeing and what you're hearing is not true. Good night, caller.
Good night, Mr. Jeffries.
Yes, good night, sir.
Good night. Tall man here.
Yeah, tall man.
I called to say good night to Sharon.
Night, darling.
Jeffries.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon is one of my mentors, you know.
Okay.
One of them, eh? I learned from Sharon. Remember the days when Mikey and them used to go around Trinidad and Tobago before 2010, preaching in a bar, and we used to be behind them and mash up. What the one name is by in Bartaya? God.
I'm forgetting what my name is. Oi, we went down. At Coro.
Yeah.
That was Sharon Gopal. We went down at Coro.
Not Gopal. Anyhow, Jeffries, them was the days. Lord Jesus, I miss them days. I mean, I hear her long ago.
Yeah.
That was one of my mentors. She's a very good activist.
Yeah.
I learned from a lot of them. Yeah, I learned from a lot of them. I come in the game young, and they teach me. I watch them. They're real good. These PNM people are real good. Trust me. They're good. So I just want to say good night to Shana and all of you doing a good job. I look listening.
Thank you very much, sir. And it was good to see you, tall man. It was good to see you.
Yeah,
man.
You know, I always do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I gotta give up on my PNM. The other dead at PNM. I got dead at PNM. Not that PNM, I got dead at PNM. I do business. I go on.
Yeah, brother.
I listen to all you.
Listen. Yes, listen. They used to be going all over Trinidad and Tobago. I forget when the ground report, right? They go and they come in El Coro or Aranguez. I say, oh, they're reaching Aranguez in my constituency. I go deal with all you. But I must up some people. And I've gone down the road and I mash up the land. Village, tall man. Boy, we take over the mic. I said, no talking here today. We talking.
Hey, watch out. Sharon. You know what I tell you? Yeah. I like your behavior. That is what I have to tell you. I like your behavior because I know what's going on with you. You're seeing and near way telling me, take it easy. No, we have to bring back that fighting spirit. I know. Let me tell you something. I know as a PNM member. In the early days, I used to see. You see all them party and them that used to be springing up like termites all over. There were a group of PNM people, and I go say that. Used to go around and question, all right, do I want to be the next government, right? Tell me. And plenty of them get intimidated. And they could not have answered plenty of the question. Why you want to run and hold fly by night party, or you behave for yourself, support the leadership. That what used to happen long time. And we seeing the reason why. Now we was only saying by black people, why black people run into the party? Why they always thinking it's PNM till they're dead? But the alternative, detrimental, not just the we alone. The amount of Indian people, look, a woman called me, let me tell you. And anytime I had the opportunity to talk to Miss Penny, I go tell she that. In the land program that Foster Commons would have had with the children, some people from down Chatham call me and say, them in get no, I mean, they had them through a process. They had all the deed and the approvals and they ain't get nothing yet. Nothing.
I tell you, these people wicked, boy. They're wicked. And you can't come and tell me that you're for the youth Saturday. Listen, a whole youth ministry was put in place. And you know how many young people was doing all kind of different crafts, learning to drive crane, this, that, the other. Young people. And all they come and mash up that. All they mash up everything, you know. They just mash up everything.
I see a woman typing up here. Family, you don't have to afraid. Good night, family.
Good night.
I see you typing in the comment section there on the phone and you don't have to afraid. You could come up here and join the team. What you are? I see what you're saying, you know? I hear what you're saying. But what you say in the message? Let me hear.
No, what I'm saying is this: I was never fooled by this woman. She can never get my vote. I could have never dipped my finger in ink for that woman because just watching that woman's face, I never liked her. God forbid. Mm-hmm. She could have never got my vote. You understand?
Mm-hmm. I understand.
I am a Christ-like child, and I don't see how that could have led me to vote for that woman. I could not have do that. You understand?
But let me ask you something.
Stick with my PNM.
Which part, where you calling from? I hear in a dialect.
Tunapuna.
All right. So you wasn't fooled by that woman?
Nothing she said could not have moved me. Nothing.
Why is that? Why is that? I would like to know why. The audience would like to know why too. Why was that?
Because even people tell me, give her a chance. We under the PNM for too long. Give her a chance. But as them old people will say, I born a PNM, I go dead a PNM, because that's my mother-in-law saying, because she dead and gone, rest her soul. But I'm married to her son, living here, and since then she's a PNM, and I joined the band, and I'm always that.
PNM till you're dead.
Of course.
Okay then.
All the time.
Thanks for your contribution. But don't frighten. You could call the program anytime. Anytime.
Thank you.
Okay then.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that if you're a PNM and something is wrong that you don't like, or you need to talk about something that bothering you can't do it. There's a respectful way. Renaissance, one thing I want to tell the listeners, right? All they may like me or don't like me, and that doesn't even please me. And I don't have time for that. But when I say what I have to say, I am very comfortable with the response I could get, whether it's good or bad. Every month we meet. There's General Council Central, I'm on both of them. Every month we meet, and discussions you're entitled to talk. Very respectfully, you raise your issues and have your discussion. It has some people, they might get a little shut down sometimes because they just want to go on and on and on. But, in every aspect of our organization, there will be a little something now and then. And there are places for you to raise your issues and get your answers. And if you don't get your answers, well, I could tell you, PNM is not the majority of PNM people are not toward the line, and this new dispensation, they are not toward the line, and you tell them, and well, yeah, you're getting them pushing hogwash in the mouth and telling them is honey and it's sweet and nice and telling them sour, they're not swallow, they're not going to do it. They're talking out. They're talking out and they're expressing the views.
Yeah, tall
And
man.
once you can do that respectfully, no problem.
Sharon,
Yes.
I now get the woman name. Karen Bart Alexander. You remember she?
Yes.
Right. Jeffrey, let me paint a picture in your mind here. When Sharon started to mash up, that's the first time I ever see Sharon Felix, eh? When Sharon in she action, live, I talk about live. When Sharon started to mash up that woman, so I said, in awe. Lord Jesus, that look, I'm a big old man out of something else. That stayed in my mind from that day till now. Watch. Sharon ripped that woman to pieces. Sharon Bart Alexander was the woman name. It now come to my couch here. Sharon, that every minute, man. Yeah, she good.
Like me
She good.
bad,
Yeah. I just remember the name of God.
Yeah, brother.
Let me leave it.
Yeah. What's your Sharon? Sharon, I know you're so bad. You understand? You ain't taking things. It's just now you're pardon now.
No, I listen. Sometimes you just have to let good sense prevail, and not only that. I've matured so much that listening is a thing for me. Long time is everything. I jump into everything, and it's according to my grandparents, every pan knock a day. I still there. But you just come to a point where you're mature enough that you know you have to choose your fights. You have to choose your fight. And that is what, listen, Gladiator used to try to lure me, get me to call in for bacchanal. Never get none. I choosing what I want to go in on. You don't call me to come to make no bacchanal. I go come to make my own bacchanal for myself. But boy, that's all that. Listen, all I say to people, we in March, just
Yeah,
now
we
is
March.
a year. 1 year, 12 months, just now it's 12 months, these people in office. 12 months of hardship. 12 months of pain. 12 months of disgust. All you hear me? So I'm asking all you to pray too. We have to remember God for the next 4 years to come quick. But it must come quick. Because boy, when they're done with Trinidad and Tobago, we might be worse than Haiti.
My God.
Because these people have no vision. They have no kind of management skill. They have nothing.
Maybe have a call again.
This minister of finance, whew.
We have a next call again, this Sharon. Good night, caller.
Yeah, good night again, Nelson. What you're seeing now is the result of careful planning. You got to remember when Kamala speaks, just like the last time she used to say, I was advised. You have people who advising because this is a bigger thing, This is a bigger thing. This is a bigger picture than people know, These are people who have an agenda, not just now, They say just come out in 2010 and don't feel what you're seeing now start in 2010 and no. They start long before pandemic. And you have people, long time, between 2010 and 2015, we used to call them a cabal. And you always hear in this term, I was advised this and that. Because at the end of the day, what they're doing, and I know I could do a deep dive on them. And they can't tell me nothing. Because I don't talk just so I do it facts. You understand what I'm telling you? But I stand another time. But what they're doing, they damn well know what they're doing. And they're doing it without conscience. And the people who they're employing, the slaves and them, the ones for sale, the ones who they take on shiners, not even gold what they get, you know. It's some kind of plastic with some paint on it, calling it gold and diamond, some little plastic. But the ones who love them kind of thing, shiny thing in front of their eye, that is the ones who they're using. And the thing about it is what is disturbing is the kind of conviction these people have, you know. When you have a slave who really loyal to you, they die for you, you know. And these fellas dying, these fellas going down. When that same fella we talked about earlier, man, you would tell me, he telling people, wait. And I want to know which part that come from. Because when Sturge spoke, and that was something good that you all pointed out, when Sturge spoke Friday about the dynasty Tahal issue, nobody thumped the desk on his side. Because it are people that realize, look, I'm not going to make a fool of myself supporting something dotish where everybody could see the public domain.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what you're seeing now is a sort of, is a devious plan. I know you're on the air long, so I wouldn't go into the issue.
Yeah. I don't know what went on last night. Last night I went to that different mechanism.
I know what went on. It was because of the murder.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So I mean nothing with that, but you know, there is a deep picture to this, and when people really get to know what's going on, because knowledge is power. Why I think they're employing all them clung on them and had them on radio and paying them money and because once you keep repeating lie over and over and over, people disbelieve after a time. So you have to counter them lies now with facts. And that is what we're out here for. Yeah. So all have a pleasant night, be safe, because I hear they're reading the riot act.
Yeah, they're reading the riot act all over. They Andy Williams and them, and they're reading my riot act. Don't say this on the chat, don't say that on the chat, don't say this on the chat. I don't really care about that.
But who used to cost people more than them?
You tell me.
Long time them.
I tell Andy, I say, boy, I disappointed in you, boy. There are people that used to come by you and they wanted their issue highlight, and you're putting politics in this. And then when it reached the politics now, that politics could, because the government that they support in power, you know, when it reached down, that politics could do something about it, they are not doing anything.
No, because they're not genuine.
That is where it is.
They don't care about people.
That's where it is.
Yeah. One of the shocking things I experienced, Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mr.
No. I'm going to say
Sharon,
something, but you go ahead and finish.
One of the shocking things that I bounced up Renison at the UTT, a man shocked the hell out of me. A man who the PNM gave a blind. The man was once a staunch UNC fella. They don't joke at telling you. I could call him, but I wouldn't call it tonight. I could always do them thing. But let me tell you a fact. The PNM, when they was organizing the UTT, give this man a big position, and he used to travel with the professor all over the world and thing, and get professors and thing, because that time they're building the university now. Right, Ken Julian and them. And let me tell you something. From the time UNC came in power in 2010, them days are shutting them down and leading protests and thing.
Yeah.
That man turn and tell me something, because here I was cool. You know what that man come and tell me, boy? He say, I have waited all my life for Kamala. He say, I have waited all my life for Kamala. And when that man said that, Renison, I rest back and I watch him. I ain't let him know what to keep, but I said, but what the hell? So no, because all have agenda, no matter what I get from PNM, all are taking it, but all your heart and soul in a certain zone. Which part? No matter, and that is a kind of loyalty. That is a kind of dread loyalty too, because I can understand somebody treating you good all the time, and because of something, somebody tell you, you're going against just so. This time you're feeding your family, you're educating your family, they're getting free this and that under the party. But from the time, as certain people tell you certain thing, you turn. Because you know why? You are not trained at it and you identify as something else. So when I tell you all. And that is a dangerous thing. The PNM has always been a party that always all-inclusive, since Dr. Williams' time.
Yeah.
Dr. Williams wanted that. That was his dream and vision for Trinidad and Tobago to unite. You understand? But you always had other people who went to the Queen and tell them, don't give no independence.
Oh, God.
I understand? And
I talk that here already. I talk that here already.
Yeah, because they wrote to the Queen, right? Rujanat couple, they wrote to the Queen and said that Dr. Williams is a neo-fascist, a black neo-fascist or some kind of thing like that. And they said that the rather the white man, because you remember these people have a caste system, and that way she mouth open to jump out when Kamala turned and she made a comment. She trying to get rid of the caste system thing. There's all that in the papers, in the news, and the Express and thing when she was just telling Basang Bharat not to go against the party. And that when she say party first and country after, because she says she trying to get rid of the caste system thing kind of and the racist. And I asking her tonight, have you? Did you accomplish that in your party? Because from what I see is the same blasted people who running things and they're moving with a wicked agenda. But let us see what will take place because the truth has come out. The truth has come out, Renison.
Yeah.
So don't bother with I can't call him heavy. He light. He's a lightweight. You could call him overweight. but he's a lightweight.
And he's a lightweight. He's a lightweight.
Yeah, he's a lightweight. When you look on intelligence, or you look on a scale from 1 to 10 as somebody who really have a conscience and thing, he have been found wanted. You understand? He found wanted because he already weighed already, and he lied. So don't bother with them. Them I know. Them have a crew of fellas who they paint a gang up on people who talking the truth. That is what they had. And they feel the more they talk nonsense, and the more the people listen to nonsense because, all right, you cost people for years. For 10 years, you cost this one, you cost Dr. Oli, you cost everybody. All in power now. Instead of, and it's just what you said, instead of saying, something like we stand, because none of them can go and make no recommendation, None of them can.
None of them can go and tell Kamala nothing. Kamala would have made it plain that she don't want nobody tell she anything. She make that plain. She come out plain and say that.
That look dreaded. I watched that yesterday. I said, well, would this woman is real trouble?
Yeah.
She moved from I would listen to you and and make a total spin it all.
Yeah, when I see that I say, she catch herself, she hang herself there. And I prayed for people to see. Kamala Prasad says she don't, the Prime Minister must do this, the Prime Minister must do that. You cannot tell me what to do that by. I say, look how she hangs herself. Yeah.
She make a comment and she said, and she told the opposition, well, the people, and I will listen to what the people saying. So I hope when the people really come out, she don't use our security services against us because they can't be using the people that we pay in, which is the police and the army, because the army is to protect the country and the police is to ensure security and, safety and things. And that is whom she want to use. The same people who her predecessors nasty up for years, So you want to come back and use these people, to use these people against us.
Mm-hmm. The same set of people that we pay.
Yeah, the same people. There was I talk much about history with them, and I'll tell you. Sometimes we could do a deep dive, and because I have it written down. You understand? Have it in a book. So them could come with a nonsense. Because none of them cast a pre-action protocol letter. Look how long it's outside. Right? Look how long. And the reason for that, because you know the light court. But the reason for that is because when you send that, what I wrote have to be published in the papers. Because people must, you have to come with some kind of justification to send something like that for me. So, so if I'm not wrong, you expose yourself as a liar and part of an agenda that don't like certain people because of how they look.
Yeah.
So means saying with them, because them boldface, when they want to do things, the PNM kind of is more circumspect, move a kind of circumspect because they're kind of all inclusive. So they don't really treat people nasty like that. But you have people, when they want to do what they have to do, they do it without no care, for nobody.
So true.
Right? Because your baby could go on milk. Them don't care if your baby die, You understand? So, that is the kind of people we're dealing with. You understand?
Yes, so
and
true.
Instead of having two parties that on a level where they could work together, they don't want to work with no opposition. They don't want no input because nobody must question them. They just totally want to do what they want to do. But at the end of the day, and that gives life to people like Philip and them,
Yeah.
Well,
Mr. Bernard, I know you're coming in swinging, you're still at the passion area, but we're going to close out the program. Time.
Yeah, brother.
Time.
But all be safe.
Yeah, thanks.
Right, and yeah, be safe, man. All right.
And people, before I say anything again, people, it's amazing that certain black people within the UNC party, somebody send this picture for me to pop that I have there, that Jolene John. It's amazing how black people in the party have to lose their identity to be a part of the party. Chakwana went quite India to become a Hindu. What's Jolene John? What Jolene John? Jolene John don't have no identity. She had to become something that she not for her. That reminded me a long time. You know what is the history with black powder? I'm not black powder. Sharon, powder. The slave master and them used to peel powder on the slave for them to look white. What's Jolene John? All for a party to accept you. You have no identity and watch me, you have no shame.
Let me tell you, all them well, all them well in Jerusalem, Because when she attacked Prime Minister, they ain't too pleased at all, They ain't too pleased at all. But I know you have to close off the program in a short while, and I just want to say to people, I'm looking at the comments here, and I'm not going to call the person name, but she say that Penny ain't cutting it, and this and that. I want to ask people a question. When Kamla Prasad Bisesa came into the UNC as the leader, did you hear the followers of the UNC say, Kamla weak, Kamla can't do this, Kamla can't do the other, Kamla can't do this? Did we hear that? What did we see? We saw everybody start to parade behind and guard up this woman. And today, she's the leader of the UNC. Let me explain to people. The PNM had internal elections. No one put up themselves for political leader more than Penelope Beckles Robinson. She went up unopposed. Don't try to do like what they tried to do to Venezuela with Maduro and Guaido. Because if nobody went up against her, I can't come now and put somebody in front of her because we had elections. And this notion we have about the party this and the party that and the party the other, people, what are you prepared to do to be part of the resurgence, the rebuilding, and the reformation of the party? You know, we like to stay out on the outside and comment and say all kind of things. And when given the opportunity to have a say or to comment, you can't come in because then all kind of excuses will form up. And they can't do this and they can't do that. It has hurt me when I'm seeing and I'm reading and I'm watching my people behaving in that way. Sometimes I just want to get vexed with the UNC. But I want to watch how they just behave with the Queen Bee. But you see, we always have a problem with something. Penny will only be Penny. She cannot be Dr. Rowley. She cannot be Patrick Manning. She cannot be George Chambers. She cannot be Dr. Eric Williams. She could only be Penelope Beckles Robinson. Just like Camille Robinson Regis could only be Camille Robinson Regis. Just like Renaissance Jeffrey could only be himself. I could be myself in my own way. So sometimes we don't adopt change. But you have to sit down and analyze the change and ask yourself, what am I prepared to do in order to help? And I'm going to leave all over that now. If when internal elections come and time for political leaders' position and it come up for grab and Tom, Dick, Harry, me and all, if I put in myself, Renaissance, everybody put in themselves. That is democracy. May the best man win. Whoever win, we go on again. We have to support the political leader, the party. I just feel, well, let me stop that now. Because while we doing that, we have people suffering and they're crying out for help. What are we prepared to do? Come on. So guys, with that being said, I want to thank Mr. Renaissance for taking me up on his live tonight. It was really a pleasure. I really enjoyed it. And you make me feel like I could do this again tomorrow.
Yes, you could do it again tomorrow, man. I know you could do this again tomorrow. You understand? And I'm glad you say that. I will hold you to that. Thanks. Yeah, I will hold you to that. Don't worry yourself. But Sharon, thanks for joining us here tonight. I mean, you make the thing different.
You're welcome.
Yes, you make the thing different. So Trinidad and Tobago, I mean, as we say from time to time, every night, if not me, it go out, I guess here, it might even have Sharon just doing a program for herself. You understand? It will have other guests here. It go out Candace, it go out Kitty, it go out Jason. Yes, it are everybody here that take it. And you, the general public, you. This is not a program like that, like all the rest of program and them. Come, you understand, book your spot, and come on, and you come here and talk to the people, man. Come and talk to the people. When I say your spot, book your spot, your time. This is something that is worth dedicated. You must be dedicated to it. You must have to have a passion for it. And there are people that have passion but have nothing in their heads, nothing in their mouth. Ask Kingsley. He's just for a caller for the years. People tapping up his phone and have him calling in radio program. He can't even sit down behind a mic and talk properly and carry on a logical conversation. He was only there to destabilize certain things. Destabilize people on the radio station. That's what he was paid for. And it burned into his system. I sit down and try to listen to what Kingsley had to say on the program. And he cannot keep a conversation. Heavy. Spurred him to talk. The man can't talk. He like, yeah, Heavy. He agreeing with him. What is your contribution, Kingsley? You can't even watch the camera face to face. You can't even face the people, your head down with a hat over your head because you cannot. You don't believe what you're saying. I'm sure about that. Every conscience gone. But you, Kingsley? Nah, boy. Nah. Nah, you don't believe what you're saying at all. I know Kingsley. I know you more than you know yourself. You don't believe a word that you're saying. And come out of that fast.
I like how you see that. I like how you see that.
No, the man didn't believe what he's saying. he didn't believe what he say at all. But Sharon, thanks for joining tonight, and the members of the audience, thanks for watching the Workers' Rights program here tonight.
Thank you, my dear. So I'm out.
Right, so that was Sharon Felix. Yeah. So to the many of you that are outside there, the program is as is. And there will be many other people joining us here tonight. And next time, a matter of fact, where we are going to talk the things that is beneficial for you in the general public. Thanks for watching and good night.